Okay, so what is masculinity, right? Masculinity, simply put, are the qualities and attributes regarded as characteristics of men, right? So what are the characteristics of a man, right? What is a man supposed to be? Well, ideally, a man's supposed to be a protector, right? A provider, right? A man is supposed to be strong, right? Not just strong physically, but strong in judgment, strong in discernment, strong in character, right? A real man knows the importance of keeping his word and not breaking it. And a true man cherishes and protects a woman's beauty even when she isn't interested in protecting it herself, okay? A man puts the needs of those who depend on him ahead of his own because he recognizes that there are things in this life that matter more than he does. And a man fights. He fights so that others don't have to. Right? He displays courage so as to inspire others to be brave as well. He leads, not because he wants to, but because deep in his bones, he feels the calling to be all that he can be. He is honest, hardworking, loyal, faithful, and brave. He is every man who's ever woken up at dawn, wiped the sweat from his brow, and stared down the world itself as he proceeded to give all that he has to give, before proceeding to give just a little bit more. He is a father, a husband, a brother, and a friend. He is the unsung hero of history. Now, obviously, there are those who would say everything I just listed off, right, was toxic, right? That it was monstrous and insidious and characteristics of the oppressive patriarchy and all that crap, right? And I don't think it's a coincidence that the people who tend to say that more often than not happen to belong to a political party and a political movement that doesn't have a real man in it. But there's no denying we do live in a time where it is more mainstream than ever to glorify weakness and disparage strength. And make no mistake, right? When a man goes out there and he acts, he is all that he can be, right? When he doesn't shrug away or shy off the responsibilities of being a provider, being a protector. And to top it all off, he's very competent at all those things. That is real strength. And there is nothing that brings cowards to the surface quicker than seeing other people's strength, right? Because it reminds them of their weaknesses. It reminds them of their shortcomings. And it is a hell of a lot easier to sit back and sneer at people for doing what you couldn't, for doing what you won't. It is a hell of a lot easier to sit back and demean men for being men. You know, it used to be you could look to the movies, right? And you could see John Wayne punching out the bad guy, or saving the damsel in distress, or sparing the town from, a group of marauding bandits, right? You could see that, right? You could see a man who was virile, who was badass, who was a man's man, right? Somebody who you looked up to, somebody you wanted to be like. And that was a tangible example of a man's strength readily available in our culture. And yet today, real strength is defined as you sitting back and letting Kristen Stewart punch out the bad guy, or save the damsel in distress, or save the town, all while shitting on men, right? Right? Girls should want to be boys, and boys need to stop being men. It's that poison that has led to the erosion of fulfillment and sense of meaning among young people, among young men especially, who more often than not tie their sense of worth into their ability to be a competent provider and a competent protector. In our country, our world is worse off for it. And that's why it's more important than ever to remember the true meaning of being a man. Because we are in desperate need of strong, competent, committed, faithful, loving, hard-working men. And it doesn't matter what a bunch of effeminate, skirt-wearing leftists scream at you from their Twitter feeds in between eating kale chips and bitching about the environment, right? If you are a man, right? Then your strength is needed. You are needed. Don't stop answering the call. Don't stop being all that you can be.